I think the biggest thing I realised leaving university and coming into the world of working is that nobody's really interested in you. It's a really sad fact. You grow up and you go to school and at university you start to realise that you are responsible for what happens and you are responsible for how your career progresses and how you succeed at things. But I was so shocked that coming into the world of work, everybody is so busy and focused on what they need to do and what they need to deliver, that nobody's really interested in your career progression. And I think things are better. I know that companies and businesses are investing in people management and talent management and HR and training senior managers and leaders to be able to look after their staff and help them progress and grow. But there is still that element of, God, it's really up to me. It's really up to me to work out what I'm doing and am I on the right track and am I performing the way I should be and how can I do it better? I think, one of the big priorities for graduates for me would be whether they're graduates or still studying actually is paid internships, or unpaid internships, or going on graduate programs, but doing them in the right way. I think, recognizing that this industry is changing so quickly, anything you can do as a student or as a graduate to be involved in that industry as much as possible will really help and benefit you. So if I was doing a business and marketing degree at the moment, there's no ways I would go and work for Philips or for Colgate and go and work in their marketing departments as an internship. I don't think that will give you the right skills. I would be going...
Maybe you know how to use Excel really well.
True. But no, I'd probably be going to Uber. I'd go and do an internship with Uber or with Airbnb or indeed with the platforms. I'd want to go and, go to YouTube and work within their teams or within Facebook's advertising format team and work out what they're doing and what new formats are they releasing and how are the platforms developing new tools for consumers to use to stay there. I think having those understandings are invaluable. So yes, if I was a grad, I would definitely be doing internships with those kinds of companies. I think, building your own personal brand is really important, and I would start doing that before you leave university, definitely.
What does that look like? Would you suggest that they have a website?
Absolutely. Yeah. So, I can count on one hand the number of graduate CVs I've seen that include a link to their blog or to their LinkedIn thought leadership pieces. If you're passionate about, artificial intelligence and how that's affecting the advertising industry, write a blog on it, watch and absorb all of the different thought leaders in that space and what are they saying about that technology and have an opinion on it and write some pieces about it. I think, having an opinion on the industry and having some thoughts around these technologies and how you can do better with them is hugely important to us. We want people who are curious. We want people who understand this and who know who the thought leaders within our category and our industry are. So I'd really encourage graduates to do that and to start building that early on. Start collecting things is really important. And I think I've kind of come to this a little bit late in my career, but I think start your own brand, start your own company, do it whilst you're at university. If for nothing more than to learn how consumers engage with a brand, or firstly, how do you create a product from scratch? And that doesn't have to be a big Dragon's Den type product. It can be something really simple. Buy 100 white t-shirts and print a meme on them, for £1 each. Because start your little website, build one for that brand. Start understanding how SEO works. Start understanding the algorithms within these digital and social channels and how they affect your brand and your company and your content. You can place an advert on Facebook for as little as £10 now. So practice doing your own targeting and understanding how that happens. Test different language and see what works best. Glean these kinds of insights for yourself on your own product, your own brand. I'm just doing this now myself. I've just created my own brand, and so I found it, instrumental in giving me insights for my day job, and also as a place that I can test things that clients aren't brave enough to try without a proven case study. And who knows, as a graduate, if you start a little brand and you test all of these things that you're learning in the real world, you might not have to go to an employer and ask for a job. You might have one ready and waiting for you as soon as you leave university. you might have built a brand to such a place that you don't need to go to an employer.
Is it just about though building a brand, or also having an idea of, you know, how you make the money in the end of the day?
Absolutely.
Because that's what most people struggle with, you know.
Hugely. I mean, it's the area I am really struggling with in terms of, you know, when it's your money, when it's you really think about it.
Stake, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's your money at stake. You really consider it, and you go, God, can I do that? Should I invest in that and you know, spend my money on that, or should I be spending it on marketing, or should I be spending it on, you know, redesigning the label, or, you know, is it? Those decisions become very real. And you start really wanting to use data and insight in the right way to help you make those decisions. And it's been hugely valuable for me personally. And I think that, you know, we take for granted in the advertising industry, a client gives you a budget, and I think people don't really consider how precious that money is and how hard you need to make it work. And so I think if you have an understanding of that and some personal experience about the money side of business, it proves, you know, you create better creative. You understand it needs to work really hard. You understand that it needs to have a return on that money investment. And I think traditionally marketing agencies, advertising agencies, creative agencies haven't really been that bothered about it, but they absolutely do now. You know, and that is why for us certainly we're looking at more people coming into the creative industry who have a bigger business understanding than just I can come up with ideas.
Because how can they plug it into all the different areas?
Ideas have to be costed, they have to be scoped. You know, there is absolutely no point in coming up with a phenomenal idea for, you know, a 3-minute television advert that's going to play during the Super Bowl and going to cost billions if the client only has $100,000 to spend, but they have to deliver a certain amount. You know, you've got to have that rounded understanding in order to be able to create good ideas that work and that are truly effective. So important for us definitely to have those skills.